What is up, everybody? How's it going? It is Matt, and it is Terrible Tuesday or Terrifying Tuesday, whatever you would like to call it. It is definitely that. I hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that wonderful stuff. Sorry, I smashed my thumb with a hammer earlier today, so it's a little tender. But anyways, I hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk. I hope you guys do like, share, and subscribe, and do always look in the description box for more information on the film of the day, such as a brief synopsis, list of your starring cast, or at least a few of them if there's a huge cast. There is going to be your director, your runtime of the cut that I am watching, and of course a link for either a trailer and or a scene from the movie. Usually it's not, I don't know why I said and or, it's either one or the other. I don't usually put two of them on there just because I feel like one is enough to let you really get a vibe for what you're about to get yourself into and decide if you want to watch it or not. Now that I got all of that out of the way, let's get on to today's movie. Today's is a very weird one. I've seen it twice now. I am intrigued to want to watch it more, but this is definitely not a good movie by any means. This is a lower rung slasher. It is, I'd say, C level, not really B. It's one that you gotta see to believe. Yeah. This came out back in 1989, so 31 years ago. So it's been out for a little while. This cut is rated R and it is running at an hour and 34 minutes. I do imagine this one probably has suffered from some cutting throughout history, just because there are a couple of gore gags in here that I'm like I could see them either getting cut or trimmed a little, is what I would like to say, that the scenes get trimmed a little. Now, this one stars Loretta, Leigh, Bowman, Elizabeth Greene, G. Michael Smith, and Jerry Brewer, and this is directed by none other than Christopher Reynolds, who I think he only directed one other movie than this one. It was Lethal Force or Lethal Target or something like that, Lethal something. But he had a very small filmography as far as that. He was also an editor, did some miscellaneous crew stuff. I see the biggest film he ever worked on was probably Poltergeist. He was a miscellaneous crew member on that. Other than that, his career looks to be very short and small when it comes to the film industry. Now, what is the movie of the day? It is none other than Offerings. Yes. This is a fun one. Remember him before he dismembers you. Wah, wah, wah. This is from the Dark Force releasings, Blu-ray releases. It is a standard issue pressed Blu-ray. Zero reversible artwork on that one. As far as what we got here for special features, there is none. There is zero special features. All there is a trailer gallery, which one of the trailers happens to be Offerings, and then of course it had to have the trailer for Chaos, since the guy that runs Dark Force has to show off his only like real movie that he ever did was Chaos, which if you guys are interested in that one, I did review it months and months ago. It's kind of a Last House on the Left type remake or rip-off or whatever you want to call it. It's like an Imposter. But it's a little rougher as far as the violence goes. Now, onto this one. What is it about? Basically, it's about a kid who is a mute. You start off right away with him, with his mother. She is a very rotten scoundrel. She's got this really big buck teeth with a big old gap in the middle, and she talks like this, and she's really rude, and she calls her son a little monster and things like that. But she's cooking the little boy some eggs, and just jokingly, as I was watching it for the very first time, I just go, "Oh, wouldn't it be hilarious if she ashed in those eggs?" And it's no sooner than I say it, she goes and she ashes in the eggs and gives them to the little boy. Oh my Christ! I laughed until I cried. It was so funny. Definitely caught me by surprise on that one. But you're treated off with what kind of a person she is. There's a cute little girl. They're all cute little kids, you know. They're other than the there's kids in here that are little twerps, but they're cute little kids, you know. I mean, whatever, you know. It is what it is, you know. They're little fuckers, and they get what they deserve. But this little girl comes to knock on the door to see how I forget what his name is off the top of my head, but decides to come check him in on him to see if he wants to come out and play. At first, the mother is a little apprehensive about letting him go outside. She says he's not feeling too good. As the little boy proceeds to show in his way without speaking that he does want to go outside. Goes outside and is quickly harassed by the local hooligans in the neighborhood. They basically are trying to get him to go to this abandoned mine, and he has to walk around on the top of it without falling in or jumping off. And I don't understand why that has to be so cool. Excuse me. Woo! Have another cigarette, Matt. Why do they have to do that? What are they showing? I'm not 100% as in the reasoning for it, other than it makes them feel like they're cool and they're living on the edge. One of those kind of things, I guess. Anyways, but they go there. He does the lap around the well, top of the well. He's standing there on the top, and one of the little fucker kids decides he's gonna scare him, and he calls him a horrible name in the process. Calls him the R word, which I do not like that word, but calls him names. Kid falls down in there, and they all abandon him except for the little girl that came to help him, or came to come get him to come out to play. Fast forward to 10 years later, he is now inside of a hospital for the criminally insane type, because they found him later at one point, I guess, eating his dead mother, which his mother already had a horrendous scar across her throat that she was basically blaming the little boy, like, hey, this is what you're going to turn, or not blaming him, but basically foreshadowing that he's going to be a little monster and that he's going to do something horrible to his wife, and did his father torture and kill his pets as well, much like this little boy. So he already had in his mind the mindset that he was going to be that's a key thing that most serial killers do, or spree killers, or whatever killer, somebody that eventually ends up murdering somebody in life. They tend to torture and kill animals earlier in their lives, and that's usually a huge red flag. So if you know anybody that tortures animals, you better call their ass in, because they're no good. They're up to no good. But fast forward to 10 years, he's in this mental asylum. He breaks out. It just so happens to be the girl the nurse that he decides to kill it's her first night there, and there's this whole scene with this dickhead doctor where he comes in and he stuffs his already chewed bubblegum on the nose of our villain, and just proceeds to just talk horrible shit about him and other patients around the building, especially one that every time he goes to the bathroom he thinks he's giving birth. As a matter of fact, they even at one point, so and so is going to the bathroom again. He thinks he's having triplets or twins or something along those lines. So it's got some really silly humor in there, mixed in throughout it. And then you basically, after he gets out, he is going around killing the ones that made him fall in one by one. He is taking separate body parts. At one point, he takes a nose and then an ear, and then eventually a head. But he leaves these little offerings to the girl that helped him as a kid. An older girl version, since it's 10 years later. Duh, Matthew. But anyways, he's giving her these offerings. The police show up. This sheriff, who is, I think he was played by G. Michael Smith, if memory serves me correctly. But our sheriff is this very large, rotund man who looks like he's probably in no way, shape, or form to be running after people, being the long arm of the law. Maybe he needs to hang out behind a desk, one of those kind of ordeals. But either way, he's your sheriff in this movie. Those scenes when he is called out to pick up those body parts is hilarious. He slides the pieces into a Ziploc baggie, an evidence baggie with his nightstick, and then he goes and rinses it off. The girls are very nonchalant about it. They go about it like it's nothing. Kind of reminds me of Nail Gun Massacre when they treat the dead body of the one victim that they found outside of the general store, when they just leave her dead corpse sitting there with the guy that found it, because they were too busy. They had to go out and hunt they had to go out to another crime scene, so they left a dead body just hanging out. It kind of reminded me that in ways, because they're just so like nonchalant and act like nothing happened, like it was just a harmless little prank, one of those kind of ordeals. Now, as far as like killings go, there's a really, really cool one where it involves a vice and a head and a hammer. Very, very cool. There's what else do we got in here? I don't want to give them away. No. I'll just give you the head vice, the vice in the head, and that's all you're gonna get. But that kid is a real punk. Him and his friend, they were hanging out with the two girls that are our main two girls, which the one is the girl that helped him, the other one is being her friend, who was actually one of the other girls that was there at the crime, essentially, or the accident, I guess, when he fell down in, and they just abandoned him there. They're hanging out with their boyfriends, who both of them happen to be two of the boys that were there during the whole ordeal. They quickly we gotta leave because we gotta go varmint hunting in the morning. Hey, who wants to go varmint hunting when you can get a piece of tail? I'm just saying, man. I'd rather hang out with my girlfriend or whatever, if you're into dudes, chicks, fish, dogs, whatever it is. I don't care, just do your thing, do you? But anyways, now as far as any kind of ratings would go on this thing, on a technical side, this thing's like a 2 out of 5. It's kind of a mess when it comes to a technical ability. The camera, camera stuff works. It's very basic. I could do better myself, to be quite honest, and I am no cameraman. I am no director of photography, but I'm sure I could do come up with a lot better stuff than what they did. There's some fun little scenes in here. There's a weird little scene that involves this kid who the policeman, the rotund policeman, our sheriff, finds him inside the old home to our killer, which is very it's kind of like the old Myers house in Halloween. It's an abandoned old house that people only go to screw around and to cause trouble, basically, because it's an abandoned killer's house. Why not? But the sheriff catches this kid in there looking at skin mags. You can tell it's the '80s because who looks at magazines nowadays. Only a kid would have a magazine, a teenager, in my opinion, because they can't get a hold of anything else. At least that's how it was when I was a kid, because the interwebs did not exist, so we could not find our entertainment. That we had to come up with clever ways to sneak them out. Kids, those days, they aren't they fun? Don't you wish you could just go back at least once or twice and just have a night just to be yourself again and have some silly debauchery? I do. Anyways, um, like I said, a 2 out of 5 for as far as the technical side goes. As far as any kind of entertainment side goes, this thing's probably a 3 out of 5 as well. It's kind of basic. It has huge gaping plot holes in it, which really affect the momentum of this movie. The momentum's a little wonky, so it's got some strange pacing. It picks up and picks down. It kind of feels like a really generic version of Halloween. In my opinion, that's how it feels. But our killer is you know who he is. He's a mute. He doesn't say a single word until the very, very end, and the one and only word he has to say is love. It's fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely give Offerings a watch. I don't know if it's necessary that you need to own it, but I would definitely try to give it a watch because it's just good enough that I feel you should check it out. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I got I forget what I got lined up for tomorrow, but I got the whole week lined up. Friday, I'm going to be doing a masterpiece, one that I watch and love and watch it multiple times a year because I love it so much. I will definitely be back with you on Friday with some amazing ones. Its initials are D and K. Yes. But anyways, I'll see you tomorrow.